In this video, I'm going to show you Pass, the standard Unix password manager, and the password manager that I personally use to keep all of my stuff in line. I really like Pass because it keeps everything in a folder called Password Store in your home directory. So this is a hidden folder, so you don't see it by default, but if I press Command-Shift-, and I look for Password Store, right here, .password store, I can open it. So I'm going to press Command-Shift- once again to hide the hidden files. And you'll see that I have a folder here called Emails. I have two entries, one called helloworld@gmail.com and one called myaltaccount@gmail.com. And under each one, I have a file called pass.gpg. So these are encrypted files, and these are containing the passwords. So to unencrypt the password, all we gotta do is type in the relative path from .password store to the file we want to unencrypt. So I'm gonna type in pass emails myaltaccount.com/pass. If I press enter, it's gonna give me the password that I have set. Let's say I want to create a brand new email account and I want to get a new password for it. So I'm gonna say pass generate. I want to go under the emails folder again, and this is gonna be called, I don't know, peanutbutter@gmail.com, and I want this to be the password for that. Let's say I want this password to be 30 characters long, and that's it. And you'll see that we have a new entry here, peanutbutter@gmail.com, and we have the password. So hopefully you can see how powerful this tool can be. One thing that I didn't show is when I first typed in this command, it should have prompted me for like my master password, like right here in a box, but it didn't because I had typed it in maybe like 2 minutes ago and it just had it cached. So if I type the commands like one after the other, it's not gonna reprompt me for my master password. But if I come back in maybe like 10 minutes, it will prompt me for my master password. So the general idea is you have one password that you commit to memory that you maybe keep on a piece of paper somewhere safe, and you use that master password to keep track of all of your sub passwords. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how you can get set up with using this tool. I'll be using the Mac for this demonstration, but you should be able to follow along if you're using Linux. I actually think it's a lot easier if you're on Linux, so let's get straight to it. Okay, so setting everything up might seem a little bit daunting because we're going to go to the command line, but it's really easy, I promise. Just follow along. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to download the Homebrew package manager if you don't have it yet. So we're on Mac, and Homebrew is just a package manager that you can use to easily download apps on the web. So if you're on Linux, you already have a built-in one, probably apt or pacman, depending on what distro you're running. But here on Mac, we need to download our Brew package manager. So let's just go ahead and go to brew.sh. And right here under install Homebrew, we're going to have a script here. Let's copy this and paste this into a terminal. So Brew is just an open source package manager. You can look at the code here on GitHub, but there's a lot of eyes on this, so it's generally considered a safe thing you could be downloading to your computer. Cool, now that Homebrew is done installing, let's just do what this output says. It says next steps, run this command in your terminal to add Homebrew to your path. So you would copy this and you would paste this into your terminal. Now what you got to do is let's just go ahead and close the terminal. That way when we start a new instance, it recognizes our new change to our path here. So I'm going to go ahead and just press the X, and I'm going to go ahead and open up another one here. And now we should have access to Brew. So if I type in which Brew, you'll see that we have access to Brew now. Cool. So let's go back to the install page here, and we'll see the command brew install pass. So let's go ahead and copy that and paste that here. Okay, so pass is done installing. Now we need to set it up. So to set it up, we just need to run this one command, pass init, and then right here we need to supply our GPG key ID. So this is the key ID that has that like your main password protection, and this is the key that's going to be used to encrypt and decrypt all the passwords that you're going to save in your store. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to create one of these keys. So to see if you have the software for this, you could type in which GPG, and you could see here that I have GPG tools installed via Homebrew already. So you might have this already. If you type which GPG and you see an output here, then you're good to go on to the next steps. If you don't have that, what you could do is you could come back to Brew. Let me go to brew.sh, and you could search for GnuPG, and that's what you want. Brew install GnuPG. So you could just copy that and paste this into your terminal, which I'm not going to do because you see I already have it. So what you would do is you would go ahead and just run that command if you don't have an output in which GPG. So assuming you're back here and you have the GPG tools ready to go, what we got to do is we got to create a GPG key. So to create a GPG key, what we're going to do is we're going to type in GPG -- full generate, or is it full generate key, and enter. I'm going to press 1 for RSA and RSA. I'm going to have this key be the full length of 4096 bits. This key does not expire. So I need to ID this key. So I'm just going to name this key, I'm going to name it Mac Pass. That way I know that this is for the Mac computer and this is going to be for the Pass software. You could just skip the email, skip the comment, and then press OK, that this is what you want to make. And then now we're going to make that one super secure passphrase. So this is the one that you're going to want to memorize. You should probably have this at least 15 to 20 characters long, and it should contain like numbers, letters, symbols. It should be really hard for anybody to guess. And you don't want to say this on the computer. Say this on a piece of paper and commit it to memory. So I'm going to do a super secure one of 1, 2, 3, just because I'm only going to use this key for this demonstration. So press OK. And I'm going to keep this passphrase anyway, because like I said, I'm going to delete this key after this video. Okay, so here we are. This is my key ID now. So if you want to see a list of your keys, you can type in GPG-K and you can see a list of all your keys here. So I have another key that I had just lying around. I have Craig Raw's key from when I was verifying Sparrow Wallet, and I have this key that I just created right now called Mac Pass. So this is the key identifier. I'm going to copy it, and now I'm going to put it into the pass command. So I'm going to type in pass in it, and I'm going to paste the key ID and then press enter. And then now pass is going to create that password store for me. So if I were to open up the Finder now, and we were to go to my home folder, and this is probably what your home folder is going to look like right here. But if you want to see all the hidden files, you have to press Command Shift and then the period. So I'm going to do that. And then you'll see that it created a password store folder right here with only one hidden file in it called GPG ID, and this is the ID that we just pasted in. And it's B6C. Yeah, B6C. B6C. So now that you have that in place, you are fully free to be using the pass command now. So you can just go pass generate. Let's say I want to copy this generated password to my clipboard right away. I'm going to name it temp and then pass. And I want this to be 50 characters long because why not? And you'll see the password is automatically copied to the clipboard. You'll see that this password store now has that temp folder generated in it. And if we open this guy, it's going to be called pass.gpg, and he'll be encrypted. We won't be able to read it. And if we want to open it, oops, what did I do? Yeah, here we go. And if I wanted to open this password, I would just go pass temp pass, do that. And now it's going to ask me for that one secret passphrase that we put on our key. Mine is just 1, 2, 3. Enter, and there's our passphrase. Right, so super cool tool. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to it. Now you have your own local password store. There are a lot of other cool things that you can do if you are, if you know what you're doing. Like you can set it up into a Git repository. You can set up a front end. That way you're not working in the command line to get your passwords. There's a lot of cool packages that you can set up to make your password manager more complete and more powerful. Here's a whole list of them. I personally really like the pass menu one. It works really well on my Linux machine, but I was having a hard time getting this going on the Mac. I recommend you take a look at some of these other tools here and you figure out what's right for you and maybe explore it a bit more. But if this is the extent that you want to set up, this is how I recommend your flow looks like. So let's say I want to create a Twitter account. Let's say I know my username and I want to create a random password, but I want everything in my password manager, right? So what I do is I'd say pass, insert, and since I want to type in my password, or since I want to type in my username, I'm just going to say -m, and then I'm going to name it Twitter-username. And then here, because of the -m flag, I could type in my Twitter name. So I could say my Twitter name. And then when I'm done, I press Command D, and there it is. So now I saved that value to that encrypted file, and you should see it in my Finder now here under pass username. And let's say that we want to create a password with this. We can just say pass generate, and I'm going to say -c. That way I copy this generated password to my clipboard. Let's say Twitter dash password. And then I want this to be 25 characters long. I could save it. And there it is. And it's copied to my clipboard. So let's say I was creating my account on Twitter. I'd be able to just copy and paste it into the sign up flow or sign in flow, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're recovering your password, let's say you're signing in a day later, you're just going to go pass c Twitter pass c Twitter and then password. So what I'm tripping out about right now is that it's not tab completing my stuff here. So that sucks. Maybe I need to start a new instance of this. Let's see. Pass. Yeah, I just had to just create a new shell environment. I had installed pass in the last one without resetting it. So now I should have tab auto completion. So I just go pass -c Twitter pass enter. It'll ask for my super secure password if it's been some time. Otherwise, it'll just straight up copy it to my clipboard and I can paste it where I need it. Oops. And I could paste it where I need it. All right, pretty cool. And after 45 seconds, it'll just wipe your whole clipboard. So anyways, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, drop them below.